Hey guys, let me hope you're doing good wherever you are around the world. It's a beautiful afternoon here in Oklahoma City. And again, welcome to my podcast. I will be reviewing chapter 17 of my second book, Time to Take Action. If you missed the last session, I did go over chapter 16. There's no victory without a battle. And again, it was a good episode. You can find that on my YouTube account. And again, for this chapter, I'm going to read the entire chapter. Right after that, I will speak just a little bit at the end and we will summarize the session. Without wasting much of your time, let me go ahead and start reading. And again, time to take action. Thomas Jefferson once said, "Do you want to know who you are? Don't ask, act. Action will delineate and define you." We have things in life that shouldn't be tolerated. These things should force us to take some serious actions. It was once said, "Be careful what you tolerate. You're teaching people how to treat you." And again, I will repeat that once more. Be careful what you tolerate. You're teaching people how to treat you. These two quotes should be our guiding principles when dealing with issues like racism, hooliganism, Islamophobia, xenophobia, and bigotry. And these ones, I didn't include them here. Corruption and power-hungry leaders. Because my home country right now is at stake and is fighting these issues. Again, in my book just the other day, in the introduction, I said the main goal was to share my life experiences and challenges I underwent before and after I started living in America. Some of the challenges were bullying, discrimination, and mental health problems. In fact, the main reason why I wrote that book was to condemn how I was treated by a group of individuals while I was in Virginia. I needed to act against their bad and unacceptable behaviors. Just the other day, being my first book, I also mentioned in the introduction that I never knew that one day I would become a writer. Do you think some of the things that I underwent or some of the things I went through made me one? That's the question I ask here. This being my second book, I was inspired to write by what happened to Vinicius Jr. on May 21, 2023, when he became the victim of racism. By writing it, I needed to condemn racism and xenophobia in football, which is still happening and expected to happen in the near future. Writing this type of books is one way of acting. In chapter 10 of this book, I emphasized more on the validity of players taking action when they are racially abused, given the fact that for every action, there must be equal and opposite reaction. That is Newton's third law. This chapter and chapter 10 might seem to be similar, but are completely different from each other. Chapter 10 is more focused on players responding when they are racially abused by fans or officials, whereas this one is more directed towards everyone to take action, not only in football, but also in our societies. It's everyone's responsibilities to challenge, report, and change racism. As I said earlier in this book, if you see something, you must say something. Don't let hooliganism and hooliganism go unreported. If you happen to be in the stadium where more than 1,000 fans are chanting racial slurs to one black player, take a picture of one fan, report him to the authorities. This person will serve as an example to the other 999. How will he serve as example? Probably that's one of the questions that might be going through your mind. When he gets jailed for lifetime, barred from entering the stadium, or escorted out of this planet if possible. Being escorted out of Earth is not far from reality. In a tweet directed to a former Twitter CEO, Jack Dorsey, Elon Musk, the founder of SpaceX, said he sees 2029 as the earliest date humans might first step on Mars. In my personal opinion, I think 2029 should be set aside for all the racists and bullies that have abused black players for decades. That's the year that they should be packed in the spacecraft and be transported to Mars and never be allowed to return to Earth until they change their thinking towards black people. We don't need to wait for Elon Musk's colonization of Mars to happen. The journey of kicking racism out of our way starts now. It starts with you and me. If you see it, kick it out of your sight. Our world is tired of hearing that a black player has been abused in Italy, Spain, Germany, the United States of America, Portugal, Russia, or South Africa. The world is not only tired of hearing that a black player has been racially abused, but we are also tired of hearing officials say we are following the incident that happened recently to this and that. Once we found those who were involved, we will take necessary action, but nothing ever happens. In chapter 15, I say there wouldn't be racism in football if it wasn't the society. Each and every one of us has a responsibility to take action. By taking this action, I strongly believe something will happen in the end. Nothing can change without an effort. In order to grow and make the changes we need in our societies, we must be willing to sacrifice and be ready to make the hard call. This is how we're going to grow as a society. Even Napoleon Hill once said, strength and growth come only through continuous effort and struggle. On the other hand, Dale Carnegie said, most of the important things in the world that have been accomplished by people who have kept on trying when there seemed to be no hope at all. And again, I'm going to repeat that quote very, very well. On the other hand, Dale Carnegie said, most of the important things in the world have been accomplished by people who have kept on trying when there seemed to be no hope at all. There might be no hope left when it comes to issues like racism, given the fact that it has existed on Earth for thousands of years. Still, we might be the ones who are going to make a big difference. Without any doubt, we can change the world and make it a better place to live. It is in our hands to make this come to reality through our continuous efforts and decisive actions. While in the moment of preparing to take actions to eradicate racism in our football and society, the best thing we can ever do is the right thing. And again, the best thing we can ever do is the right thing. The worst thing we can ever do is nothing. We should all pursue one great decisive goal with force and determination because the future depends on us. What we do today will change someone else's life tomorrow. And again, that's chapter 17 of my second book, Racism in Football, aka Soccer, Are Players Free? As you saw it's more of encouraging each and every individual to take action whenever they see any form of hooliganism, xenophobia, bigotry, and also including corruption and power-hungry leaders in my home country, Kenya. And hopefully it inspired you. This is quite different from chapter 10 because that's where I encourage players to take action whenever they get racially abused by officials or opponents, to walk away. We have some things you are required to walk away, and these players are no exemption. I've seen in the past where players were given red cards by referees when they condemned racism instead of fans being given those red cards. It's very, very unacceptable. That's why we need to walk away from some things in our life, and it's just a matter of taking action. And again, act. Your action will delineate and define you. And that's why you saw I started with Thomas Jefferson's quote. What a powerful quote by him. And again, that concludes our session. I'm looking forward to end the episode 8th. That's going to be our last episode, by the way, episode 8. And again, it's going to be on Together We Can Make a Difference. As I always say, I love you guys, and always take care of yourself outside it. Thank you so much. Thank you.